The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Right to the air. Here is Goff. He'll get this off to Swift.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, this defense for the Bears, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Goff.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. And sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start.
Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
The Bears at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Back to throw, Fields.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
On play action, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Montgomery back to the ground.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Just a 1 yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Fields on the sneak.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Seibert able to knock this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Montgomery running right. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now Goff taps his forward. That's a jet sweep. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Maverick! Hey, kill!
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On second and goal. Goff.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Shark's got it, left side. And in for the Lions, touchdown. DJ Chark from 3 yards out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Seibert on for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off play action. Here's Goff.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
We're good. We're good.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jamal Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this 1st half.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lionsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Caught by Montgomery. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And some room to maneuver. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Rolling to his left. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is met quickly. Backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
From the 50, here's Fields.
And this one's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
On the move to his left.
A throw left side taken in by Komet.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Fields now to throw.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there, because he took his practice work and converted it to game action, because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
A big play there for Detroit. 58 yards.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Louis. Maverick.
To throw is gone.
Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions have opened the lead up to 30.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Pettis now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Montgomery, another target and catch. He could only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Montgomery will take it in. Touchdown, Bears.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's got room. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
It was Chris Boyd in on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Fields.
Rolling to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Off play action, Fields. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the right hash, this from 33. Santos' kick is up and through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To credit that sack to Robert Quinn. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bears take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st down, it's Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Romeo Okwara in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
He'll get that complete to Khalil Herbert.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talks about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Once more, Montgomery.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
David Montgomery with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they're going to decline that and choose to bring up 2nd down.
So did you feel like maybe this is just a mistake that they don't take the penalty here? Either that or they feel like their defense just cannot be moved on very well, and they'd rather go ahead and use the downs.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
3rd and long. It's Goff. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Pettis on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To the air again, Fields steps away to his left. this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run right here with Swift. Down to about the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now gone. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. The big fella. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. 5. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We think back to halftime, you know, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here's we begin overtime. They're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game. Because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum, and they certainly have it going on their direction right now.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First throw in overtime by Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
94 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Here's Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
And now that changes things in a big way because you're forced to try a long field goal to hopefully get something out of that opening drive in overtime, and it's unsuccessful. And now on the other sideline, maybe you just need a couple of first downs, get your own kicker set up with a chance to win this game.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
From the 44, Goff got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.